Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hamza, Mohammad Hamza Nasir from IMDCA batch, June 2021. I'm here to explain to you a few things about industrial training, how it was, what happened, and you can even ask questions if you want about how the training was and if you have any doubts regarding the training. So, starting with the presentation, I'll just tell you a few things about how my training was and where I did my training. So, I did my training in Doubletree Hilton, Doubletree Suites by Hilton. So, does any of you know where Sarjapur Road is or Belindore near Eco Space? So, this place, there are a lot of hotels over there. This place is like IT hub of Bangalore. So not only Hilton, you'll find many hotels there like Novotel, Ibis, Marriott, many hotels. So one of them, one of the top ones is Hilton. So let me take you through the presentation. This is what the building looks like. So as I said, it is located in Sarjapur Road, near Belindore. And do any of you know old Columbia Asia Hospital? So it's just behind that building near Mantri Apartments. So now this one is located in a place where all the companies like big wigs are there. So this is basically a business hotel. People who are traveling even come there. And this is like a very couple friendly, family friendly, every kind of hotel. And the best part about this hotel is even the rooms, they have small kitchenettes. Like if you have observed, a lot of hotels will have only rooms but not kitchens. So this particular hotel has kitchenettes in every room. This hotel, this property has about 375 rooms, and trust me, I was there for 6 months for this training, and every day it was 99% occupancy or 100% occupancy. So it was super busy. So these are some of the features in the rooms, like dining table, mini refrigerator, separate toilet area, handheld shower, ceiling area with sofa, balcony, mini refrigerator, microwave, coffee maker, anything like what you think of in home is basically there. So that's a good thing about this hotel. So these are general services like car rental service, limousine service, manager and concierge. Like everyone must know about the concierge department. Concierge department is like the department that helps you with travel and stay and your itinerary and everything. So one of the person from the concierge department is always available to you at like for 24 hours there. This is the executive lounge. So operation timings of this executive lounge will be from 6:30 in the morning to 11:30 in the night. This timing 10:30 that shows is old timing because it was in COVID time. So before in COVID times, what happened was the hotels were closed by around 10 to 10:30. Now since the COVIDs have lifted, COVID ban has lifted, it will be operational by 11:30 or 12 o'clock in the night to midnight, depending on how the guests are there. These are the guest room amenities, almost the same as the normal room amenities, but just to make the guest more comfortable, if you're a guest already and you have any extra visitors, this guest room will be provided to you guys. Now, mainly since I'm a culinary student, I was there in food production department. So there are different types of departments in food production, like different cuisines, Chinese, Indian, bakery section was there, Gatmanja section was there. So let's go through all of them. The person that you see in this image is Nishant. Nishant Chef is the executive sous chef of this hotel. So he was the one who was handling our training here. He is there in this hotel from past 8 or 9 years. He is one of the oldest employee there. So he was of good help. Basically, he was from Kerala. So and he was a specialist in continental dishes. So the different types of kitchen, different sections were there. That was Indian section, Chinese section, continental, and bakery section. These were the tasks that I performed in kitchen. Like there were many tasks. To highlight a few, these are the ones. Like preparing mise en place for a la carte and cafeteria. There is something called as cafeteria as well because all the employees that work in hotel have a cafeteria. So this cafeteria is mainly handled by trading people like us. They'll give lot of stuff like onions, tomatoes, potatoes, whatever they get, they'll just give it to us. All the training people will be peeling, cutting. So it will not be like 10, 15 things. It will be like 15 kgs, 20 kgs together, like 20 or 20 kgs of onion, 20 kgs of tomatoes. It will be like that because we will be serving around 200 to 250 employees at lunch or dinner or breakfast. It depends like that. Now, F&B service, there are three restaurants in the hotel. The main one is Asia Life Global Dining. This is all-day restaurant. It serves breakfast, it serves lunch, it serves dinner, and mainly it is a buffet diner. So it's like breakfast you have a different buffet, lunch you have a different buffet, and dinner you have a different buffet. And Spot 360 is our terrace restaurant. So it has even a pool. So it is like poolside dining. And the timings for this one is from 3 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. in the night. Now there is also a bar. The bar is called as Equinox. The timings for bar is 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock in the midnight. This is the front office department. You might know the front office department, how it is like different sections in front office. It is like reception, reservation, lobby manager, bell desk, business service, back office, luggage room. Luggage room here is like in many hotels, if it is suppose a business hotel, it will be very difficult to manage because few people will just come, they wouldn't need rooms or they want to check out early, but the room has to be given to some other guest. So luggage rooms in this time will be very useful. So most of the time luggages will be stored there and the guest will either come in within 24 hours or maybe take 2-3 days. It depends on how the guest usually works out with them. So these are the main people in our hotel. The first one is the general manager. His name is Subrata Roy. He is the general manager of Hilton Hotel Bangalore. Especially he handles two properties. One is Sarjapur Road property and one just in Manyata Tech Park. It was opened. New hotel was opened while we were training there. So he is a general manager, still like deputy general manager to that property as well. He is Anup, HR manager. He is the one who took our interviews and selected us for training. This is executive chef, Ajit chef. He's the main like boss of kitchen. So everyone reports to him. Even we used to report to him. So he was a very nice guy. But then again, executive chefs, they have to be very difficult. They have to be tough. So they'll even teach, like he was a very down to earth guy. He used to come with us, he used to stand with us, he used to teach us how to do, what to do stuff, even from the basics. According to him, what he used to say was, if you have your basics right, you can do anything further. So get your basics right is what he used to say. That is Aditya George. He is F&B manager. And about him, he is one of the youngest achiever in South India. So his name has even come up in many magazines in hotel industry. So he's a very good personality to be around. Even I had few times of interaction with him. He was very humble, down to earth guy, good person on the whole. So this was about my experience about the training. I can see there are two things where you have to keep in mind when you are in training. So number one is your logbook. I can pass it on. Can I pass it on? You can just see this. It's like our daily activities, what we do, how we do, like what we did that day, and if you are on leave, we just put off. If you are sick, we put sick. So that's how your logbook is. You have to get it signed from your chef like every week or every month, depends on how your chef agrees with you. So if you're going to training, make yourself clear like you will be finishing. One thing I would suggest is don't wait for your training to finish and then write your 6 months of training. It will be very hectic and 90% of the things you would have forgotten already. So, and you won't have time to remember all these things. Like if you start your training at 11 o'clock in the morning, you'll not be free to go back home by 11 o'clock in the night also sometimes. So that one, and there is another thing called industrial training report. So this will be around 150 to 200 pages. This you will be doing after you finish your training. So this was my explanation. Any questions about the training, anything you want to ask, please go ahead. How will your training be? What will you be doing? Is it easy? Is it difficult? You'll get to know many people, many chefs. You'll get to know many dishes. Even if you are knowing the basics, you'll still know how to present the dishes. You'll be doing platings. You'll be doing a lot of assistance with buffet handling. You'll even be going to live kitchens. You'll be interacting with customers. You will be taking guest requests as well. So it's basically a good experience, but then again, you have to be ready for it. You cannot be like one day you get up and one day. I have seen when we were in our 6 months period of training, I saw a lot of colleagues of ours like give up after 15-20 days because they couldn't handle the pressure. Pressure will be there. You can't expect it to be a 9 hour shift. Like if you go at 9 o'clock, you will be allowed to go at 6 o'clock. It will never happen. Uh, before you start, they will already tell you, like if you are starting at 9 o'clock, your shift will be ending at 9 o'clock. It will be a minimum 12-hour shift. But it also depends on different hotels. So my hotel had a 12-hour shift. So Marriott, when we all finished, they said it will be a 10-hour shift for them. So, but we don't know if it is really true or not. And if you build a good rapport with the chefs over there, they'll teach you. They'll tell you how to do it. They'll give you all the little bit of secrets. Like whatever we do, every chef will not give out the complete secrets to you. So if you only become close to them, they'll teach you how the dish comes, what to do, how is the finishing, how the taste should be. So they'll teach you everything. It's really nice. There are a few hotels that have a rule that we can't carry our mobile phones, but our hotel had a rule that we can actually take our mobile phones. But then again, trust me, you won't have time to see or look at your phones. It will be that busy. Not scaring you, it is a good experience. It's just that we are not used to standing. There is no place to sit in hotel, like except for cafeteria. You don't have places to sit in hotel, so we are not used to standing like 10-12 hours completely. So if you get through first 15 to 20 days, trust me, it will be a cakewalk. But then again, it depends on you how you take it. You have to take it positive. You cannot give up all of a sudden and just get up one day and say, no, I am not going to do this. If you do that, no point in going to training. Yes. See, by the time you finish your training, you'll get to know your strengths. Like, will you be able to work in hotel industry, or will you be able to open up your own business, or do you have any other ideas? You'll get to know by the end of your training because you know your own strength. You will never know until you try it. So, like in my case, when I tried it, see, to tell you frankly, look at me, I can't do 20, 12 hour, 13 hour, 15-hour shift every day. So, my whole basic plan was before I wanted to set up a business of my own. So, now I got a clear picture of how to manage my business, what dishes to introduce, how will it help me, what kind of profits will I have. So, all this I got to know. So, you'll get to know yourself. If you want to see the world, then it is good to go training because the kind of work you have done in Indian hotels will not be so much when compared to hotels outside India. This is my experience. I've even worked outside India, so I know how it is. Once you work in Indian department, you can work in any department. Indian department is the most ruthless department.
You haven't worked in bakery.
No, I didn't have the chance to work in bakery because we only had 6 months training. So I did two, like Indian 2 months, continental 2 months, and Chinese 2 months.
But if you had more time, they would allow you to do it.
Yeah, they would allow. It was entirely on you. Like if you have a friendly chef, you get a good rapport. See, since you're a culinary student, there are less chances that they will allow you to go to bakery because bakery students will be separately sent to the hotel. No? So even they should have chance. So, but then again, if you would have asked them like 1 or 2 weeks, they offered me for 1 week course, like you can go ahead and see bakery. But then again, in just 1 week, it was not possible. So I opted no, I'll stay in the normal department. Continental department is very good because you'll get to learn many different dishes like Italian, French, Mexican, all these dishes. Burgers, sandwiches. Usually it is guard manger, but then again, if you don't have guard manger section in your hotel, Continental is the section that will be doing all this.
How many rooms?
Sorry? Sorry?
How many rooms?
How many?
Rooms.
Rooms? 375. So in 6 months, it was like 99%, 374, 373. All the rooms were occupied above 373 all the 6 months. So it was very difficult. Early morning breakfast buffet was like free, though it was complimentary. So what happened was more than 300 guests used to come from a time frame of 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock, and we'll have to serve everyone. So imagine the kind of tension.
Do you any restaurants or not?
Yeah, there are 3 restaurants. As I told you, there is Asia Life. Asia Life is the main restaurant, which is a buffet restaurant. And then there is Spot 360, that is terrace dining, poolside restaurant. And then one is bar, Equinox.
Do they teach you the dishes like properly?
Yes. See, if it is very busy, you won't be able to understand. But you'll have free times, like afternoon times, like before brunch, or just after you set the buffet. There will be some time left, like 1 or 2 hours gap will be there. At that time, things will be a little slow. At that time, when any a la carte order comes, you can just stand next to chef, ask him questions. He will also teach you. So it'll be like that. Although you can't be too nosy as well, because they will be in their own world and they'll be in their own speed. If you ask them a lot of questions, few things like it is common sense, you'll have to understand. So it's like that. Work culture, it'll be like your family kind of thing. If you make good friends, that is. If you are hot-headed and get irritated easily, it will be very difficult for you to work. You have to be very calm. You have to be like friendly with everyone. So if you keep saying, I'll do this, only that, and all, you will face like a lot of problems. Yeah, almost all. See, it's not about just making friends, it's about how you work. So even if you work, there are people who will take advantage of you. But in this 6 months time, you cannot do you can't do anything. If they are taking advantage, it's just that it's a learning phase. Just take it and do the work. That's all. In the end, hard work pays. So
What was the shift criteria? Double shift or
my shift was 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. So it was never finishing at 11 p.m. So I used to go home by 12:30, 1 o'clock in midnight. So yeah. But girls, if girls go, there is in Hilton Hotel, our hotel, it was like girls used to finish by 9 p.m. So they cannot be in hotel after 9 p.m. In kitchen, this thing. So if it was room service and any other department, that was a different rule. But in kitchen, no, after 9 p.m., no girls. So they used to come at 7 o'clock shift, finish by 9 o'clock in the night, or come at 9, go at 9. There are a few days like Saturday, Sunday will be super busy. Monday will be the least busy. So it depends on how you, and even the offs were like certain hotels, they don't give you offs. Our hotel, they gave us 4 offs per month. It was like 1 week, 1 off per week. But then again, depends on how busy it is. So if that week is completely busy, they won't give you an off. So next week you can take 2 offs. So it's like that. You can't take more than 4 offs basically. So you can plan your offs and you can take it. Stipend was very low. First 2 months we received 1,500 per month. After that they increased it to 2,500. But then again, last 2 months again we didn't get paid. So when we asked them, it was like, no, no, you come tomorrow, you come day after tomorrow. So they're like, thank you, no need. Any questions, anyone?
Any questions? Students are going for training next month. I know. Tell me, how's your total experience from starting to end?
Starting to end, first month it was like, why did I even come to this training? It was like that. I was very disappointed to see the kind of work culture over there. We were very shocked to see 12 hours, 13 hours continuously, and no one like used to. They just kept on giving us work. They didn't even think that we are just trainees. We are starting to do work now. So at that point of time, we really felt low. We really felt bad. And in training, trust me, first thing that you have to keep in mind is not many people are educated there, especially in kitchen department. It is only experience. People who are educated like us, if we go there, we'll find it very weird, because people are there who will not have passed even 10th standard, and just because they have experience like 10 years, 12 years, so those people will be there as head chefs. So they wouldn't understand what kind of pain you are going through. So all they say is like muscle work, and you just have to be there. That's all. So you have to make them understand. That is where your patience comes in. That is where you have to be calm and cool about it. And then first 1 month, if you go through, next 5 months will be very easy for you. You'll have good moments, you'll have bad moments, you'll end up doing mistakes, you'll end up getting shouted on by other chefs. Even sometimes you'll even end up getting shouted by KST people who will clean the kitchen. So that happens. You can't do anything. Overall is a good experience. By the time you finish your 6 months, you will be like a part of kitchen. Like you'll know that if you're not there in this kitchen, some things will be handled differently, or you will be missed in the kitchen. People will remember you because so much work you will be doing that one day if you take off, everything goes haywire over there. So you'll be a very integral part of kitchen.
So what is the packages that they're taught you is like full?
Yes, ma'am. Like most of the dishes, there are a few dishes where changes will be there, but 95% of what we have studied here will be the same thing what we will be doing there also. 95%. Only thing is like few like plating. Plating and all, we can't really know what plating. It depends on how hotel handles it because there will in few hotels, in our hotel too, there will be a standard procedure for plating. Like if this dish goes, this has to be plated this way in a la carte especially. So it depends on how your plating skills are and what kind of ideas you incorporate in a dish. So it's like that.
So plating, do they take the reports?
Yeah. They do take your inputs, and sometimes they even let you do the plating. So, like, if executive chef is there, you can even ask him. For me, executive chef, he handled. He told me to handle chat counter. He told me to handle salad counter. So all this, I used to make salads. I used to make all the chats there. So he had given me complete. Like permission to do whatever changes, even buffet setup. So he had asked me to approach different people, like the people who set buffets over there. So but he told me to go talk to them if I want different bowls, if I want different design. So I had the opportunity to change the design, show it to chef that I can do this. So I did a lot of things like that. And trust me, it is helpful. People will start noticing your skills. So they'll know like, okay, you can handle it. By the end of 6 month training, I was handling at least 3 people's job. I'm not boasting myself, it's just that how it works.
Grooming, punctuality.
Yes, punctuality is very important. Grooming is very important. Executive chef there in our hotel, it was very important. Grooming in the sense like your shoes need to be polished and shaving for boys. Nails, and you can't wear watch, rings, and all that. So it is very like as soon as they see you, they will point it out. Remove it or keep it somewhere or don't get it. This is how they'll treat. First, 1 or 2 times they'll tell properly, and trust me, the language they use is horrible. So don't make them use that language. And punctuality, yes, you have to be punctual because there will be a lot of other people depending on you. So if you don't go on time, he won't leave on time. The other person won't leave on time. You are late, he is late. And he is late. And trust me, when you do that to someone else, that fellow, when it comes, when he gets a time, you will be going home late for sure. And leaves, you can't take many leaves. 1 or 2 leaves or sick is okay, but then again, bunking and all is not at all a chance there. If you don't inform like 1 day or 2 days, like they have the right to even cancel your training. So be very careful about it.
You have communication department. You have to coordinate with the F&B department also for the booking. How you have coordinated with that?
Usually, ma'am, with F&B department, see, F&B department and the food production department, they work closely together. So, like, if guest has any preferences, they will come. If any a la carte order is there, they will come and tell how the guest wants it. Some wanted spicy, some wanted less spicy, some without garlic, some Jain food. So, preparing Jain food is basically a pain. See, sometimes we even get customers like, you want spaghetti aglio olio or pasta alfredo. See, these dishes are made with garlic. Garlic gives the main essence there. So they say make it Jain way. How are we supposed to do it? So that is a bit challenging part. So but then again, only if you are close with food and beverage department, they'll tell you what it is and then you made it. Because the guest feedback and the guest complaint is taken very seriously in these places. So if any of the chefs screws up, it will not be like you will face the thing. They will the guests are so bad there sometimes that they call executive chef directly and they speak to him, they complain to him, they even abuse him sometimes. So imagine the kind of anger that he'll have after he comes back to kitchen and you have to face it. So it's like it's better to keep it in good condition, good talks with F&B and ask them what the guest wants. And there are few times where you will have done the food, you would have made the food in a perfect way. So that times even the executive chef will come and taste the food first. Only then they will talk to you. If the food is right and the guest is see the thing in hotels is you can't directly go and question the guest like this food is correct, you are only wrong. You can't tell that. So in that case, you just manage to. He'll just say, okay, I'll handle it, leave it. So that's the way you can handle that. Knife skills are very important. learn how to cut basic onion. At least you need to know how to cut, or else they'll make fun of you. Trust me. You won't be allowed to take your own set, like your own knives and everything, because there will be strict security checking. Knives and all will not be allowed from outside. Whatever you have inside the kitchen, whatever they give you, you have to use only that.
So is there like, I would like to ask a question from there, obviously they're not gonna ask. Is there any skill that you learned here and it helped you out during your training?
Yes, sir. See, the basic skill, like as I said, the cutting skills, if you don't know, see, all of a sudden, chefs will come, they'll give you, they'll ask you to bring some vegetables like bell peppers, onions, tomatoes. They'll just say what kind of cut they want, like medium dice, they want juliennes, or they'll just say do salad type cutting. So you'll need to know what type of cuts you need to have. So only if you know what kind of cuts are there, it will be easier for you to understand. You can go ask to them, like first 1 or 2 days they will tell you this that, but then again from the third day you yourself will feel awkward if you have to tell them, ask them 100 times same question. It won't look nice. So you need to know your cuts of vegetables, and I was called the butcher of that place because every day 80-90 chicken I used to cut there. So you need to know how to cut that, fish, prawns. So you need to know what you're doing. You can't just say, okay, teach me, teach me, teach me. 1 or 2 times they'll teach you, but then again, it will be difficult if you ask them everything to teach. See, basic stuff like, as I said, cutting onions. If you don't know cutting onions, they'll start shouting at you because onion, tomato, and chopping of vegetables, like to keep it simple, if it is coriander or something, if you can't chop that properly, then it will be a difficult thing for you. First few days, like a month or 2 months, they will not allow you to stand near the cooking range and allow you to cook dishes. Only if they get confidence, they'll start giving you some stuff, or else you'll end up only doing cafeteria cutting, mise en place cutting, or live kitchen, or checking the buffet. So it's on you. It's how you portray yourself. If your skills are good enough, they'll even allow you to cook. They'll like the chef will just stand beside you and ask you to make the stuff. It is both good and bad, but then again, it is good in our case because we are there only for 6 months.
Did you report to your sous chef during the work hour or to the city?
See, sous chef is the one who handles the entire kitchen, executive sous chef. So, CDPs will be in different departments. Like Indian has a different CDP, Continental has a different CDP. So, sous chef will tell you what department you are in for how many days. So, like when we had made an agreement with sous chef, like we will work in every department for 2 months. So one time it was Indian, one time it was here. But then again, you will be in contact with sous chef every day because like offs and everything will be decided by him. CDP will only tell you what are the daily tasks. So you'll be in contact with both.
So who handled your hands-on training, like under the training?
Say on the job training, it will be like everyone handling that. See, they'll give you like 10 kgs of onion to cut. So every 5 minutes, one person will keep coming and they'll keep checking. So one time it will be CDP, one time it will be sous chef, one time sometimes even executive chef and comes and stands next to you and he'll see how you're cutting, what you're doing, even if you know how to cut or not. So it will be that.
Why do you feel Indian like department is like very different?
See, because most of the guests that we had in our hotel, this is from my own experience, would prefer Indian food. So, like, if out of 20 orders, 10 orders would be from Chinese and 10 orders would be from Indian. 1 or 2 orders would be from Continental. Or some days it will be like 18 orders Indian, 2 orders Chinese, and Continental to negligible sometimes. So, that is the reason why, like, they have divided these sections. So, Continental will be handling most of the sections, like salads, charts, and everything will come under Continental because Continental orders are not that much when compared to different hotels like outside India. So Indian department will always be busy because tandoor, roti, naan, yeah, tandoori chicken, paneer, and everything will be like they'll keep coming. Khichdi, all these dishes will be like basic. It will keep coming. Orders will be keep coming. See, it depends. There is a department called KST department, kitchen service team. So you know what they do? They'll help you in cleaning, like mopping the floor and all that. But then again, since you're a trainee, what you will be asked to do is clean the refrigerators, clean the range and everything. After cooking, the range will be really dirty. So you'll have to clean that. You'll have to clean the refrigerator. You'll have to remove all the stuff, like you'll have to check. And there is something called as expiry dates on this thing. So all the ingredients, all the mise en place that you have created, you have cut and kept ready, that will have all the stickers on top of it, like from this date to this date. Usually it will be 2 or 3 days expiry. So either you'll have to change the whole sticker on everything, or just remove the part. If it is old, they'll ask you to remove it and then refill it and then put the sticker again. You'll have to wash it, clean it, then put it back. Yeah. There will be 3 kinds of freezers. One walk-in freezer for vegetables, what you receive from vendors. Then one will be a walk-in freezer for meats, all kinds of meats. And there will another be like another walk-in freezer. It's not freezer, walk-in refrigerator. Only walk-in freezer is one to keep your meat. Then you'll have 2 walk-in refrigerators. This is what we had. Few hotels will have lot of walk-in refrigerators because of the different kind of occupancy level. So one is for vegetables and one is for cooked dishes. Like if you cook sauces and everything, you need to store in a place, right? So and if you have a morning buffet, so you'll be preparing say 50% of the things in the night. So then you keep all that prepared stuff, like all your idli batter, dosa batter, your chutneys and everything will be stored in that walk-in refrigerator. Yeah. There will be something called as temperature logs. Usually, it is supposed to be filled by CDPs and sous chefs. So, as I said, I had been given lot of opportunities and lot of work too. So, they had given me all the like temperature log cards. So, it was under me. So, I used to fill all the temperatures. So, yeah, you'll have to update it daily. Once in a month, there will be inspection, and once in 3 months, FSSAI will come for inspection. So that will be a very difficult time. Everyone will be busy. Everyone will be tensed. Everyone. It depends on department. So one department goes bad, everyone goes bad. So it will be a very hectic and tense time at that time. Thank you, everyone. So I'll keep it here.